So guys, we officially start our today punya revision midterm seminar. Okay, so for today, right, I was actually thinking what I should focus on for these 2 hours because I feel like if I do calculation, maybe calculation not that many marks. Okay, so in a standard paper two, all right, if you look at the exam standard paper two, obviously 75% of it will be theory, 25% for it will be calculation. Okay, this is quite standard one, except for if your school is SMJK Catholic, okay, like Yen Yu's punya school. So probably for SMJK Catholic, they will try to put more calculation because they want to make it more difficult. But usually for most of the schools, like maybe you are from Seafield, maybe you are from Subang schools, maybe you are from KL schools, mostly they will follow this ratio, okay? So guys, which is more important? Obviously, it has to be our theory, kan? Okay, so let's start with theory question first. So guys, if you have the book, immediately let's not waste time. Let's go and see the first question for today. Okay, so okay, let's go and see page 12. Okay, on page 12, we are going to start with this something like a question like this. Okay, so you will see that this is teacher today also got water rocket. Oh, but I won't talk about the water rocket today. Today, tak mau. Okay, so let's do a bit of like a structured question first. Okay, so usually if you talk about structured question, it is 60 marks of your paper two. So biasanya, how would the question look like? So almost every question, I won't say all, but I will say almost every question will start with a definition. Okay, so maybe if you see 8 structured questions, so there are total of 8 structured questions, maybe got like 5 to 6 will start with a definition. So they'll ask you what is the meaning of free fall. Okay, let me test your understanding before we start. Okay, guys. Now, if today I tell you that, let's say that, okay, this is Jung Hao, and let's say maybe this is Wai Lun. Okay, so if you don't know who Wai Lun is, guys, Wai Lun is the chemistry teacher. Okay, so if we both drop down under free fall condition, who will reach the ground first? Under free fall condition, siapa will kena the floor first, will land on the ground first. Okay, so therefore the answer is, okay, if it is free fall, all of the, hey, Alexander, very good, all of the object will fall at the same time. Bukan sahaja same time, guys. It is also same velocity. So you don't only fall at the same time, but you also fall at the same velocity. Okay, Ken, all right. So this is the concept of free fall because why? We don't judge. Okay, we don't say like because the size is bigger, so you have more air resistance. No, we don't do that. Okay, so free fall, you have same time, same velocity. Okay, but what if okay guys, what if that is let's say air resistance. Okay, so let's say now I give you one more question. Okay, now we have air resistance. So if you have air resistance, means that it is not free fall anymore, right? Correct. So usually if I drop a big piece of paper, so this is just a piece of paper, versus if I have a crumpled paper, which one do you think will drop towards the ground at a faster? Siapa jatuh faster? Okay, so the answer will be crumpled paper. Because why? So this will be faster. Okay, because if you compare air resistance, you will see that yes, so this one has larger surface area, so therefore you will block more air. So therefore the piece of paper, because your surface area increases, your air resistance increases. Okay, very smart, very good. Okay, so therefore remember, the first most important thing that you need to learn how to see is free fall or not free fall. Later I test you again. Okay, so now let's see. So what's the actual meaning of free fall? What is the actual meaning of free fall? So free fall sebenarnya bermaksud that whereby your object falling due to the effect of gravitational force only. Okay, whereby you are only affected by gravity. So if you are affected by gravity, right, guys, when you jatuh, when you fall down, you will accelerate, right? Okay, now I test you. If you fall down, right, how fast will you be accelerating at? How fast will you be accelerating at? What will you? Not bad, okay. So therefore, this is the 9.81 ms negative 2. So we call this the gravitational acceleration. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now let's look at the calculation part. Okay, calculate the time taken for the watermelon to reach the fall. So the biggest problem that I always have is, teacher, your acceleration need to use positive or your acceleration must use negative. Itu sakit kepala. Okay. Now, guys, to answer this question, there's two methods. There's the easy method, there's the difficult method. So it depends on what method you use. All right. Okay, for me, I will show you both the method. Okay, if you follow the Jung Hao punya strategy, okay, okay, I will first ask myself, everything that falls from the sky as they drop down, will they drop faster or will they drop slower? 跌下来 from the sky drop down. Okay. Okay. So therefore your acceleration is positive. So therefore I use faster. Okay. If you follow textbook, some of them, if you say follow textbook, okay, to be honest, guys, if you ask me which is better, I think that textbook is memang better. Of course, what? Textbook, right? But the textbook method, it's easier for you to get careless. So if you don't know which method, if you can learn the textbook method, good. But if you tak faham the textbook method, you can use Jung Hao punya method first, then you slowly improve. Yes, correct, right, Jing En? I agree. The textbook a bit confusing. Okay, let me explain to you why Jung Hao punya method still can work. But once you learn Jung Hao punya method, then you can slowly upgrade yourself to the textbook method. Okay, for me, right, I just want my calculation to be done very fast. Okay, if my teacher want to minus 1 mark, I give him the 1 mark lah. Okay, he say whatever he want, I don't care lah. Okay, now when something jatuh, right, okay, it's gonna accelerate at 9.81. So I'm trying to calculate what's the time taken. So my t will be unknown. My t will be a question mark, and it falls across a distance of 2.5 meter tall table. So my displacement here will be 2.5 meter tall, initial velocity. So now I don't have the final velocity. Okay, guys. So are you guys familiar with this thing called the SUVAT? The displacement initial SUVAT. S stands for displacement, U stands for initial, V stands for final velocity, A acceleration time taken. Okay, guys. If you don't know about that, you try to look at the bit of, just try to read it up. It's very simple one. Okay. So if I have no V, I'm going to do something what we call S equals to UT plus half AT squared. So my displacement is 2.5, initial is 0T plus half 9.81 T squared. I will be able to calculate my time in terms of seconds. Okay. So this calculation that I do, like I said, it's easier. Your teacher may be tak terima, but I am so sure that the SPM will terima. Okay, now you look at textbook punya style. Okay, because Jing En say textbook very confusing. Okay, do you know why textbook very confusing? Because textbook chose this method. Okay, so you have to find time taken. The initial velocity is 0, but because the object drops down, okay, so you're going to put negative 2.5, negative 9.1 because it goes down, 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 down. So now you have no V. So you're going to do S equals to UT plus half AT squared. Okay. I think, Chong, I think, Hafiz, as long as your answer correct, he don't mind. I rasa lah. As long as your answer comes out to be correct. Okay. Now, I run first. Okay. So, Charlene. Okay. Do you, sorry, Darlene, do you know that, okay, do you know how to do this first? If you can do it by using negative, then no problem, darling. You can stick back to your method. Okay, because right, why I teach this now, guys? Okay, let me explain to you after I finish my calculation. Okay, let me explain to you after I finish my calculation. You will realize that at the end, I will have negative 2.5 here. I will have negative 4.905 t squared here. I realize that the t and t will cancel each other out. So you will realize that your t will also become 0.714 seconds. Okay, Ken, all right. Um, because Olives, this one right is your school teacher punya masalah. Okay, guys. Before you ask me, teacher, your method accept or not? Okay, so you see, my method is the A is positive, the S is positive. Okay, S negative, A is negative. Okay, why don't right? We look at the best way to determine if a method is acceptable or not. Okay, now we look at what is acceptable in the schema jawaban, guys. Okay, so your believe me, your belief school teacher, or your belief schema? Okay, who do you think has the final say? Who do you think is the boss? The schema, the school teacher, or Jung Hao? Okay, in my opinion, I think schema. Correct or not? Correct or not? Because everybody follows schema. Okay, so you see, so kadang kala, the S is negative, the A is negative. Nampak tak? Negative, negative. Okay? But if you see, let's say, for example, in certain states, let's say, guys, Kuala Lumpur. Anybody here, Kuala Lumpur people? You will see that. You see not? The 9.81 they use positive. The height also they use positive. 9.81, 2.5. Do you realize it not? So actually, they are both acceptable. It's just depending on what your teacher punya preference. If you talk about schema jawaban, guys, see, this is the official. I didn't create this, This is the real panduan panitia one, So it is both acceptable. Okay, guys, I'm not interested to debate who right, who wrong. I can tell you schema has this answer. Okay, so to answer Jing En's point, to answer Darlene's point. Okay, so you see, actually your textbook write both negative, correct? Write both negative. But why I teach positive is because it's easier to imagine. So Darlene, if something falls from the sky, right, will it go faster or will it go slower? If something falls from the sky, will it go faster or will it go slower? Jatuh. Yeah, so therefore negative. So therefore it was positive. Okay, Ken. So next. Okay, now we are going to continue to the next part. Okay. Livong, you want to ask, right? You follow textbook. Okay, then don't need to ask already. Okay? Ken, you follow textbook. Done. Yep. Okay. Ding ding ding. Done. Okay. Calculate the velocity of the watermelon just before hitting the floor. Okay, so guys, we already have the time taken now. Okay, so calculate the velocity just before hitting the floor. So sometimes, right, some students will ask me this question, teacher, watermelon before hitting the floor. So watermelon hit the floor. Can I say that the velocity is 0? Yes or no? If something hits the floor, what is the velocity? Velocity is 0 lah, teacher. Because he land on the floor, he don't move already, right? Okay, but this thinking is wrong. This idea is salah. Okay, kenapa? Because whenever we look at the question, right, we read question, they will just say just before it hits the floor. I want to find what is the velocity of the watermelon as it is about to crash, to langgar, to hit the floor. So therefore, I'm actually looking for this velocity. It's just like, guys, if I slap your face, okay, at the end, my hand will stop, right? Be like, for example, like that. But then what is the velocity of my hand? I cannot write 0, right? Because the moment of impact, there's a velocity. So now we are going to calculate this again. So we have S equals to U, S U V A T. Again, I repeat, you can write both negative or both positive. They are both acceptable. Okay, so my acceleration here is going to be 9.81. I'm trying to look for the final velocity, initial velocity 0, then this is 2.5, and then t is 0.714. Okay, now guys, when I have all of this information, when I have S, U, V, A, T, okay, and right now I have all the four formulas. Guys, will the four formulas be given in the exam? Will they be given in the exam? So the answer is yes. Okay. Yeah, they'll give you all right. They give you this in the formula sheet. Okay. So now guys, which formula should I use right now? The first one, the second one, the third one, or the fourth one? Oh my god. Okay, guys, if you are my true friend, you will know the correct answer. Irene, very good. Shan Yue, yes. Okay, the answer is Yan Yu, I'm not your friend. Okay, so I have all of this information. I need to take out one information because I have to remove one of this. I will choose not to use the t value. Okay, any smart person want to tell me why I will choose the formula that don't have t? Yeah, what if the t is wrong? Correct. So what if your this calculation salah, then your this one salah, then you get kosong, like everything wrong already. Yes, guys, I love you all, man. Thanks for remembering what I say. Okay, so we will use v squared equals to u squared plus 2as. Okay, now, if you go to school, your friend might say, Aya, teacher, doesn't matter one lah. But I tell you, for that one time when you get careless for your t and then you get it right, wow, you'll be so happy because you will realize that it does save your life on okay? So I have 9.81 2.5. So finally, my velocity calculates out to be 7.004 meter per second. Okay, so the calculation is macam ini. So this is on the free fall punya calculation. Okay, Ken. All right. So I repeat, if you let me choose, I will recommend you to use the negative. But if you feel the negative is a bit too complicated, you can just do both positive. You will still get it right. I am very sure. Okay. Next, we will go and see now the watermelon hits the floor surface and breaks upon landing. What is the change in momentum of the watermelon? Okay, guys. Now, I want to test, right? Today, these 73 people here, who is the very one, like very king one? Okay, can you tell me what is another word for change in momentum? Yeah, Lim Fong, very good. What is another word? Irene, very good. What's another word for change in momentum? Hey, why you all today hacking my class? Okay, change in momentum. Okay, change in momentum. We will think of it this way. It means your momentum minus momentum is called the change in momentum. Tukar, right? So the answer is it is actually this thing called mv minus mu. Yeah, because you take the final momentum, do you realize this? Final momentum, mv, because final velocity, you minus away the initial momentum. So therefore, the change in momentum is actually what we call it as the impulse. Wow, very smart are you? Yes, so impulse is the change in momentum. So now let's calculate this thing. Okay, so I already found that the watermelon will crash towards the floor with a velocity of 7.004 meter per second. Okay, so what's the change in momentum? So let's calculate the change in momentum, which is the Ft lah, mv minus mu. Okay, what is the mass of the watermelon? Now, guys, remember, before even I show you what's the mass, mass must always use what unit? Kg. Who use gram? Potong ke panjung, okay? So yeah, please make sure you're aware of that. So therefore, you will realize that it's a 1.5 kg. 1.5 kg. So therefore, this is my 1.5. I have a final velocity. This is a 1.5. I have my initial velocity. Okay, now, can I have everybody to put down your pen, paper, pencil, everything put down first? Dengar dulu. Okay. Now, guys, check this out. Check this out. When this watermelon hits the floor at 7.004 meter per second, it was the final velocity, right? But when we do this calculation, we will sub it into the initial velocity. Watch me. I will sub this into the 7.004. Do you know why or not? And then my final is 0. Do you know why? Hey, you try to picture it first. Do you know why here this is V, but when I sub here, I will sub it into the U? Why do I sub it into the V? Yes, okay. Yeah, this question asks you when it hits the floor. Okay, so if you picture hitting the floor, so this is like the before. So when it hits the floor, the moment upon impact, when it hits the floor, is 7.04. So now this thing automatically becomes the initial. Then how do you draw the final? How does the final look like? Okay, so the final is, because now this is the process of hits the floor. When it hits the floor, so final, like after hitting the floor, guys, how do I draw a broken watermelon? So the final velocity will be 0 meter per second already. So the 7 is right before it, the floor. 0 is after it, the floor. Okay, so that's why we have U and V. So this explains why we switch it around. Because just now, this was it falling. So my initial is 0, my final is 7.004. But now this is the terbalik already. So when I calculate this out, I will get a negative value of kg meter per second, because this is the momentum. Okay, so what is my answer here? Okay, guys, so 10.506 kg meter per second. Okay, guys, got Oma. Let's go, guys. Okay, so therefore this is it. Okay, the calculation tak susah lah, actually. Okay, once we are done with this thing, okay, take the correct statement about the impact time between the watermelon and the floor surface. Okay, so right now, guys, your watermelon sudah pecah. Okay, your watermelon pecah because your impulsive force is very big or very small. Your watermelon pecah because your impulsive force is very big or very small. Okay, so now, very big, right? Okay, now we are going to talk about the impulsive force already. So if we talk about impulsive force, it's going to be this thing called mv minus mu over t. I have to put here, so I have F equals to mv minus mu over t, okay? Now, if it pecah means the force is too big, it's too strong, it's too large. So that means that if I'll get the bigger F, my denominator will be smaller t. So therefore, that means that the time of impact is shorter. Okay, Ken, all right. So agak-agak, this is how a structured question will look like. Okay, maybe they'll call you to do a bit of explanation also lah. All right. So how many marks is this? Okay, guys, in TDC, right? If you see the answer got 3 lines, it's usually 3 marks. If it's 4 lines, it will be 4 marks. So this is going to be 3 marks. So how do we answer? How do we usually answer here? Okay, do you want to try to answer this? Why is the watermelon broken after hitting the floor surface? Okay, usually for some students, right, they were like, huh? How to explain? Oh, because the watermelon hit the floor lah. Because the watermelon boom, then the watermelon pia, like that lah. So if you feel this is difficult, let me tell you why. Because you're not familiar with the physics term. Okay, Irene, if you write that answer, you get 1 mark now. Very easy, you get 1 mark. Okay, so okay, let me show you how I know. Okay, because our final answer, okay, so sometimes you can think terbalik, means you can reverse your answer. Okay, I know that the watermelon is broken, so I write the third one. So finally, the watermelon is broken due to the high impulsive force acting on it. So the impulsive force must be higher. So the watermelon is broken due to the high impulsive force. Okay, so we know that the force is high already. So what will affect the impulsive force? So there are two things on the right hand side of the equation. I have a mv minus mu and I also have a t. So which means that I have a big mv minus mu and a small time of impact, short time of impact. Correct or not? So when we write explanation now, okay guys, you have to try to think, is there a formula related to this? So the moment I write impulsive force, my brain will immediately, oh, impulsive force means got time law, got momentum law. So then I will then reframe the whole answer as, so as the watermelon hits the floor, it experiences a change in momentum. Okay, you can say it experiences a change in momentum, or you can even say a large change in momentum because watermelon very heavy, right? So the momentum very strong, right? Very big, right? Okay, as the watermelon hits the floor, it experiences a large change in momentum, a larger change in momentum. Can. So now this one sudah cakap, ini sudah cakap, ini sudah cakap. So left what? Time of impact. Okay, you can say due to the floor is harder, is a hard surface. So therefore the time of impact is very short. Okay. So remember, when we describe time, please do not use quick. Quick is like fast. We don't say the time pass very fast. Although in English, right, we usually say the time pass so fast. But in physics, time cannot pass fast. 1 hour is 1 hour. 10 seconds is 10 seconds. I cannot say that the time becomes faster. You're not freaking Doctor Strange. You cannot manipulate the time space. Okay. So you will say that either you say shorter time or longer time. That's it. Okay. Don't say faster time, slower time. No. Okay, can don't say fast slow. Okay, so we say the time of impact is very short. So yeah, that's it, 3 marks. Okay, the bottom part is a mini essay. So guys, if this question were to come up in your exam, do you have the confidence to ace this thing? How? Why no? Do it, guys? I already cannot. Again, guys, I tell you lah, this is not even difficult yet. Why are you guys so pessimistic? Okay, this is not even the difficult part yet. Okay, because this is just a structured question. Yeah, so usually you will see, right, a structured question will be like probably theory at the bottom, definition at the top, then some calculation. Usually a theory at least probably will range from 9 marks. Usually it's around 9 marks. Okay, so if you guys got no problem, let's go to the next part. Okay, so guys, this is considered easy. Okay, this is a structured question. Okay, selepas kita cakap structured question, biasanya what should we talk about after a structured question? Okay, let's go and see page 17. Yes, we are going to talk about essay question. Guys, I promise you, I will make today punya 2 hours pass very fast. Guys, check this out. Half an hour sudah pass already. 2:35 already. One question, half an hour. Means today we can only do 4 questions. Okay, now let's go page 17. Okay, let's talk about essay question. Okay, just now my Chinese class, right, my Mandarin class, right, they all wanted me to discuss more on the format. Okay, let me give you some pointers. Okay, guys. Now in physics paper 2, your structured question will amount to 60 marks. Okay. Then after that, we have a total of essay question. Demania, we have section B, and we have this thing called the section C. Okay, we got section B and we got section C. Okay, can no problem. Okay, now, what is the difference between section B essay and section C essay? Does anybody know what is the difference between the section B essay and the section C essay? What is the difference between these two? Which is easier? Which is harder? Okay, guys. Oh, Kai, both also table. This one we draw. Okay, given table lah. Okay, true also. Okay, now the answer is like this. If you look at both of them, right, this Jing En keep on complaining everything hard. Okay, so the first mark is the definition. Okay, the first mark is going to be the definition. So they are both the same. Okay, guys, DEFN is definition. Definition. So seems like you can't run away from definition. Macam tak boleh lari lah. Okay. Now, followed by 4 marks, you will be asked to do explain. Another 4 marks, you will be asked to do explain. So still very similar, right? They both still look very lebih kurang sama-sama lah. Okay, then here comes the different part already. For this section B 5 marks, it will be calculate these 5 marks. They're gonna call you to compare. And later I will test you which one is bias, which one is bias. Okay, last but not least is the 10 marks. For these 10 marks, your idea is to choose. These 10 marks, your idea is to design or modify. Okay, your task here is to design or modify. Okay, so everybody, please look at this question right now. Okay, page 17 punya essay. Okay, so this page 17 punya essay is a section B essay or a section C essay. Okay, so we check. The first mark is all like a definition. The next 4 marks is a working principle. We are going to do a choosing, and then we are going to do a calculate. So what do you think this is? Obviously, it's going to be the section B law. Okay. Now, I tell you a secret first. Section B is easier than section C. Easier. Okay. Now, so let's do this together. Okay, diagram 11.1 shows a plane moving in the air. To score essay, okay, you must have very good physics concept. Like for example, how does a plane able to move in air? Okay, first of all, guys, let me ask you a question. What is the name given to this thing? No aerodynamic first. Wait. Guys, chill first. What's the name given to this thing? Yes. So that is what we call a jet engine. So what a jet engine does is that it will suck in air. Okay, baka, then it will spit the air out. So when it spits the air out, it actually pushes the aeroplane forward. Okay, so they use a reverse punya momentum to produce a forward punya momentum. Okay, so that's how it works. And then immediately they can ask you the principle of conservation of momentum. Okay, so guys, what's that? Okay, for principle of conservation of momentum, if you got memorized formula, you will obviously know this thing. Okay, guys, check this out. Now, in our collision, a lot of teachers, right, actually, I think they ajar a bit cacat. They will force students to memorize these formulas, like what is elastic, what is inelastic, blah, blah, blah. Then they will say something like the formula is M1U1 plus M2U2 equals to M1V1 plus M2V2. Okay, am I right? Okay, guys, can you tell me sebenarnya what this and this is all about? Okay, you look at the formula. The formula looks complicated, right? But what is it all about? Okay, so we know that momentum, obviously we know that momentum is equals to mass times velocity. Okay, we know that the momentum is mass times velocity. But if you see here, we are actually taking the initial velocity compared with the final velocity because we are saying that the momentum before and the momentum after must be the same, must be equal. Okay, now you can see U means initial, right? V means final, right? U means starting, right? V means after the process, right? So sebenarnya the principle of conservation of momentum, guys, don't say conserve. A lot of people will say, principle of conservation of momentum means that the momentum is conserved. You use back the same word. What is a table? A table is something that you put on the table. Can you use the same word to describe back the same thing? Cannot. So don't use the conserve. Lim Fong, your answer cannot tak boleh I haramkan already Okay haramkan dulu okay. Ban it first Okay. Now, so yeah, so we will say that it states that for a system, the total momentum before a collision is equals to the total momentum after a collision or the collision. Guys, we don't care about the English lah. You tulis cacat sikit punya English pun tak apa. It's total the before punya momentum and the after punya momentum is equals provided no external force acting on it. Can repeat. Okay. Hey, do you all mind that today we do a lot of writing? You all will feel very boring. We do so much writing today. Can. Boleh. Tak apa Steady guys. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, so now choose the structure of a jet engine. Explain the working principle of a jet engine. Okay, so if you want to know how to explain working principle for many things, right? Okay, you need to have a concept. You need to have a step-by-step approach. Okay, sebenarnya jet engine punya working principle is also very similar to rocket. Okay, let me show you this thing. Okay, guys, if you have the book, can you just quickly flip to page 2? If you have the book, can you just quickly flip to page 2? Page 2 here, page 2 Okay, and I want you to look at this rocket and jet engine. I want you to quickly just look at this rocket and the jet engine. Can you tell me? Yeah. This one a bit similar to last year. Wow, this Yan Kai eyes very sharp Okay, now can you tell me what is the difference between the rocket and the jet engine punya answer? Is it similar, guys? Almost the same, right? Because the first part is we always need to mention that there will be an explosion occurring. All right. We have to talk about kalau rocket, the thing goes down, correct? So the exhaust gas goes downwards. If your engine, then your hot exhaust gas goes backward. So you have to just tell me the direction involved. Then you have to talk about the principle, and then after you tell me, if kalau rocket, you move up lah. Kalau jet engine, you move forward momentum. Okay, Ken. So once you familiarize yourself with this step-by-step approach, then your answer become very easy. Okay, so shall we write this? Okay, we'll just write this the simpler version Okay. Can never mind this one you all refer page 2 Okay. So we're just gonna write refer page 2 Okay, you can refer back to page. Was it page 2 or page 3? Okay, Christian, you all have to write so much today. Okay, so you can write back refer page 2. So once you do this, okay, so there's 4 marks here. All right, so then this is 1 mark here. Okay, can okay, you can refer back to page 2. Now we will go to this jet engine punya design. Okay, guys, if you are with Jung House since last year, like the beginning of the year, you would have done uh you can write with the compressor as well, but because sometimes you can say the air gets compressed, everything, but your teacher will look at specific words, like for example, do you mention explosion? Do you mention that it produces the gas? Do you mention that it produces the backward momentum? So sometimes if you miss out one word or what, your teacher will just accept it. Yeah, right. Can I? Okay, you can describe, even like for example, you can write like because my answer there, the engine don't have propeller. If here you want to add the propeller pushes the air in, pun boleh, because you based on the picture ma. So the idea is don't memorize the answer. You try to see the picture, then use your own words to write. Okay, can? So come on guys. Okay, now this jet engine. Now I tukar this question a bit, whereby there is a fuel type inside. We got the journeys api here. All right. So what about the design of this jet engine? Can you tell me which is the one that we want? Okay, guys, we have L, M. Majority of the people is choosing between L and M. I don't know L, M better, but can we get the answers flowing? Come on, everybody. Lagi. L. Megan, oh my god, are you sure not, Megan? I give you chance to change answer now. Ah, Lushan, if you are watching this video, right, you better text your answer to me first before you continue watching. Okay, so the answer is, guys, if this is the propeller obviously needs to be big, right? Correct or not? Because that's the whole point of the kipas. You want to suck the air in, right? So you need the air to support the burning of the fuel, because you need the minyak, you need oxygen to burn it. Correct? Okay. So therefore the size of propeller must be bigger. Then after that, next, you will realize that the type of fuel, I don't know, but I also know that the size of the combustion chamber must be bigger. So eventually, ini sudah salah, ini sudah salah. Correct? Why do I want big combustion chamber? Because if you want to bakar the engine, right? Correct? Not bakar the engine, but bakar the petrol, right? You need a big space so that you can have more place to burn, right? If you burn little bit very hard. So therefore, finally, the diameter of the nozzle must be small. So my answer is actually L. Okay, can Okay, so let's write this essay. This essay tak boleh lari. Okay, must write. Okay, so guys, by the way, just now in my Mandarin class, so many people ask me this. Teacher, this jadual exam got give exam got bagi Guys, can you tell me, in exam they give you this table no? Of course not lah, guys. Make it yourself, right? So you will be answering this in a full scared paper, in a line paper. Okay, so oleh itu you have to take your blue pen and draw the table by yourself. Faham? So don't tell me that you don't know that you have to draw this table. Hey, I tell you what, I heard a lot of school teachers say, right? If student never jawab dalam jadual, never answer this jadual, your teacher will minus your mark. Teacher will actually ban your answer. Is it required for my own benefit? No. Okay, guys, I show you. Okay, see you will see no. When it comes to essay question, they will draw. So even the schema jawaban will be drawn. Okay, can? All right. So Megan, it is not for your own benefit. Okay, can yeah. So it's a must. Okay, so let's continue. Our diameter nozzle. How do you know when to draw? Okay, when it is an essay question, so you will see that the question is 10 marks. So meaning to say your bahagian B punya last question and your bahagian B C punya last question. Usually the last one, second last or last one. Okay, Zishen. Okay, okay, so Job, let's try this out. Okay. We have characteristics and then we have explanation. Okay, so apapun tak penting, please write down everything first. Okay, so we will say that the diameter of nozzle, guys, I think there's like a spelling error here. Can't be NOZE. Nozzle is small, okay, small diameter of nozzle. Then we can write, okay, if you don't mind, let's write everything out first. Size of propeller is big. The fuel is kerosene. I think there are multiple ways to spell kerosene. I remember it's SENE, but here they use SINE. Never mind, just write it. Oh, your teacher want 3 column, right? Yeah, Megan, some teachers want it that way. Yeah, some teachers want it that way. But Megan, I show you already. The schema jawaban, right, that most of us see is only 2 column. That's why I don't know why some teachers want it to be 3 column. You nampak, right? It's like 2 column only. So if your teacher want 3 column, then I'm sorry. Okay. No. So then after that, last but not least, the size of combustion chamber is big. Okay. So your size of combustion chamber is big. Okay, so guys, how does 3 column work? Kalau tak silap saya, they have to copy this one as one of the column. Yeah. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really know how it works actually because I never force my student to do that also. But I'm guessing it at that way lah. Okay. So this is where you have to have the sound effect, the fa. Yeah. Okay. And okay now can. So okay, come on. Now we have 4 marks already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 marks. So let's talk about the explanation first. Okay, so let's start with the diameter of nozzle is small. Okay, guys, why do I want the diameter of nozzle to be small? Penting ke tak penting? Okay, please, guys, I ban this answer. I ban. No. Whoever who wrote the answer, all I ban. Okay, so you see, if you see, this is a commercial airplane. Okay, just imagine this is a commercial airplane. So you obviously want to have the engine, right? Correct. So you want this thing to produce more momentum so that you will push this thing forward faster. And you want to increase the momentum. The only way you can comment on is either you increase the mass or you increase the velocity, right? Correct. So if you make the back part here to be narrower, do you increase the mass or do you increase the velocity of the exhaust gas? You can only write these 2 answers. Salah satu saja. So obviously you increase the velocity, right? Okay. So just now, my morning class again, got people ask me, teacher, why narrow nozzle? Why narrow nozzle? Diameter smaller. Why will that give you higher velocity? Okay, it's a very interesting question. Okay, you all play with rubber hose before, no? You know, like when you have to water the plants, when you go outside, you have to water the plants. So if you want to spray the plant further, you want to spray the water further, and the plant is very far. So what do? You cover, like you squeeze the tube, right? Correct. So you squeeze the tube, the water will be forced, so it will fly faster, right? So guys, just say that it increases the velocity. Don't say what don't say what pressure lah. I see your answer, I very pressure, guys. Don't say the pressure stuff. Okay, I see your answer, I also pressure. Okay, So you can say the diameter is small. So to increase the velocity of exhaust gases. So you don't need to say backwards for this one because exhaust gas is obviously going towards the back. So increase the velocity of exhaust gas. So therefore, to produce larger backward momentum. Okay, Ken. Oi, Ken Ming, you were right, not Ken Ming. Don't jia jia. Okay, next. The size of propeller is uh big. Okay, I suspect right. Chong, he just lazy to mark. Suspect lah, I don't know lah. Okay, next. Okay, the size of propeller is big. Okay, guys. So what's the purpose of the propeller? The propeller is to suck the air muscle, right? Correct. So to pull more air in so that you can be compressed. It can be compressed. You have more air to support the combustion because in order to support combustion, in order to burn the petrol, you need to have sufficient oxygen. Okay, okay, guys, see okay, I have a question here lah, guys. People ask me, teacher, okay, let me paste it to the everyone chat. Okay, can I just say increase velocity? Can I just use the word increase velocity? Okay, because Hafiz say right increase velocity. Okay, guys, the problem is this, when your teacher mark the answer, your teacher will mark based on the schema jawapan. Okay, so inside the schema jawapan, will it be increase the velocity or larger backward momentum? Is the unknown. It's an unknown. You won't know which is the word inside the schema jawapan. So it's like a guessing game lah. Okay. Yeah. So therefore, I will say write more better. Okay, can. Yeah. So okay, next. So size of propeller must be big to push more air into the jet engine for combustion. So guys, combustion is baka baka. Okay, if you don't want to say for combustion, you can say for burning of fuel. Cukup also can acceptable. Okay, next the fuel is kerosene. Okay, why do you want kerosene? Okay, so this one probably you don't know one so I just write the answer. So it produces more energy when it is burned. So meaning to say if you bakar 1 kg of energy of okay, you all know in Malaysia we have RON 95 and we got RON 97. You all know what's that? Okay. So why RON 97 more expensive? Why RON 95 cheaper? So it's because so you will realize that why some petrols are more expensive like RON 97? Because when you burn RON 97, you will produce more energy. RON 95 is like cheap a bit, so not so much energy. But then why there's two different that because maybe your car like just like small engine on it. So you pump so much petrol, also you cannot bakar habis. So you just use the cheap petrol like that. Okay, Ken? So does it last longer? No. No. Yeah. So okay, next okay, so now size of combustion chamber is big. So what we want here is we have more fuel and air can be burned or can be combusted to produce more energy. So finally, our answer is jet engine L. So finally, our answer will be jet engine L. Then we will just write down all the factor down. Meaning to say ini factor 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will just write down all the 4 factors down, and that is our answer. Okay, can, all right. Okay, I give you all some mental break time. Okay, can. Guys, if you really very lazy to copy, at least you put effort to screenshot lah. You can copy later lah. Alright. If you very lazy to write, you very tired, you want to sleep, or at least you screenshot this and keep it lah. Okay. If everything correct, but if everything but my answer correct, can you help me out? Okay. So Kai means that you choose correctly, lor, correct? You choose L. Okay. So you already got this 1 mark. Okay, so here 1 mark. Then you say the reason 1 mark. Here 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. So the total is, if you choose correctly sahaja without any explanation, you will have 6 marks. Yeah. But Kai, you see, very happy, right? If you choose correctly, got 6 marks, right? But Kai, if you choose wrongly, yeah. So therefore, guys, in exam, don't stress. Choose correctly first. Choose slowly first. You have to choose correctly. That's the most important thing. Okay, can, all right. Yeah. So yeah, so we already choose all 4 already. Big, kerosene, big, okay, sudah siap. Done. Now we will go to the last part. Okay, but guys, before we continue the next part, can I give you all a bit like 10 seconds of brain rest a bit first? Okay, guys. So this is your like drink water punya opportunity. Okay, guys. Can I know how many of you here today is your first time attending my class? Like first time you see my face. Oh, so hi Jing En, hi Vilena Silashini. First time CL? Oh, cool man, Arif. First time, but I always watch your YouTube videos though. First. Okay. Oh yeah. Then where are you guys from? Like which school are you all mainly from? Are you all from like KL schools or Penang schools or Johor or like Sarawak, Perak? We got Sungai Long, we got Sabah, we got PU1, we got Taman Desa. Wow. Pahang. Okay. Kai Feng, you're from your first time, eh? Why like your name very familiar one? Do you have like a sister or brother used to join my class? Okay. Okay, now anyways, okay, so let's continue. Okay, guys. Yeah. So I'm a physics teacher from Selangor. All right. If you guys are from the other states of Malaysia, okay. Yeah. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, a rocket in diagram 11.3 moving at a constant height 3,000 feet. What's Siu Tao? Or can move up a bit. Nah, faster. Okay, done. Okay, now let's go to the next part. Okay, so usually the last part, okay, usually the last 5 marks is there are going to be some calculation. So definition sudah buat, explain sudah buat, choosing sudah buat. So the calculate punya part, let's look at it first. Okay, so instead of everything is purely calculation, they will say like, okay, on diagram 11.3, mark and name the 2 forces that act on the object. So guys, it is 2 forces that acted on the object. Okay, so if you move forward, usually we will call it a thrust. Thrust is already a force. A lot of people ask me, teacher, can I write thrust force, you don't need to write thrust force because thrust is already a force. So you don't need to call it thrust force. Okay. For example, when you move forward, okay, so there's a thrust, so this is your first force. There's also something that always go against you. So guys, can you tell me if if you move forward, there's always something that goes against you. What is that thing that goes against you? Dipanggil sebagai. Against you. Okay, Jin Xiong, very good. Okay, you can call it as a drag, but usually drag, you will see Form 5 use it more often. Okay, but we usually will say it as air resistance. Okay, but drag is also acceptable. So kalau you ask me, teacher, you terima drag or not? I terima. Okay, so this is air resistance. But I don't accept air friction. A lot of people, right, because when you translate from Mandarin, they will say 空气摩擦力 or whatever, then they'll go and write air friction. Cannot, that one memang tak boleh, cannot argue no air friction, only air resistance. In Mandarin, we call it 空气阻力, not 摩擦力. Okay. Now, finally, calculate the momentum acting backward. So if you want to calculate momentum, guys, momentum obviously very simple lah. It's gonna be your mass times velocity. So the mass of the rocket is 100 kg multiplied by the velocity 200 meter per second. So since this is kg, this is meter per second. Okay, we check and see is it correct. Now first, yes, kg and meter per second. So if I multiply this thing out, what do I get? I get 20000 kg meter per second. Okay, now guys, so if you move backward with this momentum, how much is the momentum forward? Yeah, okay, guys. For this one, it's better to put negative the value. Why? Because momentum is always like this one. So kalau you move forward with 20,000 momentum, that's because you have a negative 20,000. So the momentum will always be the same. Okay, for example, okay, since we know rocket uses something called explosion. Okay, it's an explosion. So you all know, right, for explosion, there's sort of like a formula whereby 0 equals to m1v1 plus m2v2. Okay, guys, I am very curious. Did anybody, or does anybody punya school teacher tak ajar ini, tapi ajar yang ini, the M1V1 equals to M2V2? Anybody uses method 1, method 2? Which does your school teacher usually teach? 1 or 2? Your teacher don't even teach themselves. Okay. Okay. We got Subyan 1, Darlene 2, CL2. My teacher also don't teach. Okay, never mind, guys. Ayo, so sad lah. Okay, now, okay, let me show you the textbook lah. Okay, whatever we do with our textbook. Okay. So guys, your textbook ajar apa? Your textbook is first or second? First one, right? Correct. So remember, first is the correct one. In fact, it is the only one that I accept. The only one yang saya terima. Okay, I don't like this one. But of course, got people say, teacher, what if I do it this way? What if I use negative m? Okay, let's say I use negative m2v2 equals to m1v1. These two things is the same lah. You move the m2 the other side, you get negative. So, Megan, your teacher is using the number 1. But because of the negative means that your teacher use number 1. Okay, guys, I can tell you lah, if your teacher uses this method, I would think that your teacher is a very good teacher. Okay. All right. Okay. So guys, look at our watch. Now, can anybody tell me what time is it now? Okay, 3:11. Okay, guys, do y'all want toilet break? Okay, I know that some of you need to go toilet lah. Yeah, you all need to stretch lah, need to drink water lah, need to go and see the fridge lah, need to book up your fridge to blow the cold air lah. Okay, guys, my watch is now 3:11 p.m. Okay, I'll give you 3 minutes of toilet break. Okay, 4 minutes lah. So we make it become 3:15 p.m. lah. Okay. So guys, there's gonna be a toilet break right now. If you want to go toilet, you can go toilet. Okay, you get 4 minutes, you get one extra minute. Why your house very big? Is it? You live in a big bungalow, you go toilet, need to take Grab, is it? Okay. Now, so okay, so if anybody want to go here, can go toilet break? Yeah. Need to buy air ticket to go toilet, right? Okay, guys, anybody got any other questions to ask me? So we are done with the bahagian B already. Does anybody got any question to ask me? Okay, now let me just give you an advice lah. Okay, so guys, everybody listen up. Okay, if you ask me, what is the best thing you can do for your physics exam, especially now you sudah a bit last minute, right? Okay, now we picture lah. Okay, guys, we just imagine or you don't have the book Okay, can. Okay, guys, we just imagine lah. Okay, do you think, right, after your physics exam, so means that 1 month later, after your physics exam, you dapat balik your results. Do you think you will regret that you never read enough, or you will regret that you never do enough practice? Okay, guys, just fast forward. Do you think you will regret you never read enough or never do enough? Which one do you think is like a bigger regret? If you need to choose one lah, you don't so greedy lah, but also both. Okay, the answer is chances are the answer will be not enough practice. Because right, you see for physics since this is toilet break okay, I can tell you physics got trend one, you know, got fashion one, you know. Okay, let me just bring you through some fashion. Okay, let's say if now you look at 2023 punya soalan. Okay, guys, you look at this is SPM 2023. So in 2023, right, the soalan styles are usually like they ask you a car, they ask you a hockey stick, they ask you some, let's say, maybe a water rocket. So this is like 2023, something like 3 years ago. So this is a bit like still sudah going to be like kolot a bit, it's like out of fashion already. Now, if you look at 2024, wait no, if you look at 2025, actually we zoom to the latest. You see in 2025, the question now becomes something like, wow, they make a concept of a balloon with a bottle, because everybody will study water rocket, right? Then they give you some weird question like this. Then after that, they'll give you a hovercraft. Then you will start to feel, oh, teacher, why the question so weird one? Okay, you will see that the soalan will slowly become, it will get weirder and weirder. Train. Biasanya car, right? Suddenly come out train. Then you will have like a skateboard. So you will realize that the questions will slowly get weirder and weirder. That's why my advice to you is to make sure that you do enough latihan. If you lazy to do, at least try to see more. Don't spend too much time reading. Got, of course got lah, of course got. Of course got. Okay, can 2024 also got. 2024, I think the time was that year, what was the hot I think 2024 the hot one is, I haven't put inside. I think kalau tak silap saya 2024 punya hot topic was this one. Yeah, let me show you. It was this one. See? You know the hammer one, the hammer one, like something to do with a hammering one. Okay, can yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, that one. Okay, can guys. Okay, physics exam got three papers. Got three papers. Okay, now it's 3:15 already. I hope everybody is back from the toilet break. Semua sudah balik daripada toilet break. Okay, so let's continue our progress. Okay, let's continue our progress. Okay, now got people ask me, teacher, physics got how many paper? Okay, physics actually got another one more paper. It's called paper one. Paper one is objective, so biasanya is 40 objective question. Okay, can. Now, then after that, you got another paper three, which is called Amali. So the Amali is the 15 marks. Okay, Now guys, if you are having Amali exam, I heard Saujana got Amali, right? Am I right? Oliver, got. Yeah. Okay, I will say 99%. The practical, this Megan, ketok her head. Amali is the practical test. Amali adalah BM word for practical. Yeah. Okay, like the experiment. So I will say 90% of your Amali will come out pendulum. So if I were you, I will read the pendulum. Okay, Jing En, Amali pendulum, Zhonghua pendulum, pendulum all the way. I will say a very, very small chance it will be the inertia thing. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna be even brave. Like I'll say this is 95. I will say this is 5%. Okay. Okay, Marcus Chua. Okay, got people ask me about the photo gate. So, Marcus, do you know why photo gate, right? Very seldom they will come out in Amalia. It's because your school got the apparatus photo gate now. Your school got photo gate now. The thing, the apparatus. Because it's a very expensive kind of technology. So biasanya, right, for SPM Amali, they will ask you some lower cost punya Amali. That's why I predict these two, because these two is very cheap. You just get like a ball, some strings, some whatever, then you will be able to do the experiment already. Okay, Ken. All right. Faham. Ken. Okay, now done. Okay, so then I put aside. So if no Amali, they'll just take divide by 140. Okay, now let's continue. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. Okay, so we will continue to our bahagian C. Okay, so how does a bahagian C question look like? Okay, now I want you to look at this 5 marks compare, which Jung Hao called this as the free marks. The easiest marks in your whole entire life is the 5 marks comparison. Okay, so which is the 5 marks comparison? Okay, I want everybody look at page 20. Look at page 20 so that you will see this comparison. Okay, so guys, so do you see here or not? You have compare, then you have relate. So this is supposed to be 3 marks. This is supposed to be 2 marks. So it's a total of 5 marks. Okay. So guys, we're looking at page 20. Okay, page 20. Hey, those students, if you have never learned this with me, you better listen up properly now. Okay, so they say that in this picture, shows a man pushing a car going through X in 5 seconds. Then this one is 2 men pushing it in 2 seconds. Compare 3 marks. How do we do these 3 marks? How can we secure the 3 marks? So you have to see, first you have to compare the forces applied onto the car. So this is your first mark. Compare the time taken to go through the displacement X. This is your second mark. The acceleration of the car. This is your third mark. So we are going to have the force applied, the time taken, and the acceleration of the car. Three things. Okay, so let's write this together. Okay, number one. So guys, do you think 5.1 and 5.2, who got more force? How you know 5.2 got more force? Because you got two people, right? More people. Okay. So, yeah lah, you all don't so fierce lah. Everybody say, teacher, obviously lah. Okay, sorry lah, you chill a bit lah. Okay, so we can say that the forces applied on the car in diagram 5.2 is higher. Okay, guys, like this, can get one mark not? Ha, you see, Jing En say can. Beep, beep, foul, foul. Yellow card. Okay. Because you never compare. Compare means you must say siapa, faster, siapa, who and who. So you have to say higher than diagram 5.1. Okay, can, all right. So it's going to be higher than diagram 5.1. 5.2, higher than diagram 5.1. Okay, so that's it. Like that, you get one mark. Okay, is this difficult? Is this complicated? No, right? You just use your eyes to do it, right? If you wrong, means your eye got problem. You have to go not check your brain and go check your eyes. Okay, number two. So then they want me to compare the time taken. So which time taken is like shorter? Compare the time taken. So they already show you, right? Yellow Shan it's like they already tell you here 2S, then they tell you here 5S. So it's really like given to you, already two lists for you. So then we're gonna just copy the title again. We'll say that the time taken to go through displacement X in diagram 5.2 is shorter than diagram 5.1. Guys, tak cukup tempat ah. Okay, now, I know that some of you, your teacher say can do this. 5.2 this. Like that, right? Correct? Correct or not? Okay, if your teacher approve, okay. If your teacher approve, okay. But not all teacher approve. So, Oliver, you have to see what your teacher can accept. Okay. Ryan actually very good this question. Okay, guys. For me, right, I want you all to follow this rule. I insist you all to follow this one. Darlene, no need. No need. Okay. So, okay, guys. If I write 5.1, 5.2, then 5.1, I will try to standardize my answer is always 5.2 first, then 5.1. 5.2 shorter than 5.1. 5.1 higher than 5.1. 5.2 higher than 5.1. Don't mix like the first one you write 5.2 in front, then the next one you write 5.1 in front. The person who mark very headache, what you know, because okay, now I look at 5.2. So 5.2 is higher force because this one is FF, this one is F only. Okay, so higher force. Then the time shorter. So please try to standardize. If you write 5.2 first, then you put 5.2. Okay, Can Okay, then the last one will be the acceleration of the car. Okay, guys, so which car will accelerate faster? Because 2 seconds, right? Obviously faster, right? Okay, so we can say, so the acceleration of the car in diagram 5.2 is, okay, what is the word to describe acceleration? Can I say faster? Yeah, is higher than diagram 5.1. Guys, don't say greater can. Okay. higher, greater, larger also can. All right. 这个 just now I answer already. If your teacher accept this, then can. If your teacher don't accept, then cannot. Yeah. Because okay, 这个 like for example, okay, from what I know, okay, I know anybody here from SMK Puchong, no, SMK Pusat Bandar Puchong, Wawasan. I know Olive is from Puchong, right? Wawasan, right? Yeah. Your teacher cannot, kalau tak silap, your teacher don't allow use this arrow, cannot. Then SMK Seri Sentosa. Sentosa also cannot, which is Aijia, cannot. Or 这个 then no need to say already, cannot. Strictly cannot. Sentosa, guys, Sentosa got one more problem. If your answer is 5 seconds, you must write 5.0 seconds. 就是要 0.1 decimal. Yeah. This one is your teacher bit crazy one. Okay, can. Yeah. Irene, which school are you from? Wawasan 是吗? Yeah. Yeah, so that's why you see some teacher accept, some teacher don't accept. Okay, kalau tak silap saya, right, it's one lao accept, one cha don't accept. Or the other way around. I forgot already. Okay, can. Okay, what's the meaning of a force? Oh, it's just a definition only. One cha is my number one fan. Okay. Okay, so therefore, force. Yeah. I think she knows me. I don't know how she look like, but yeah. Okay, anyway, what's the meaning of force? Force is the definition of is a push or pull that changes the shape and or state of motion of an object. Okay, can guys? Yeah. So you all will be very surprised, right? That for today's class, right, Jung Hao don't do a lot of calculation because I can tell you, you will see that most of physics tuition teacher, like or maybe like even the examples you see on YouTube, on on Insta Reels, everything, you will realize that they all focus on calculation, but theory, trust me, is the most important thing. Okay, guys, if I wrong the grammar, will I lose points? Okay, in physics, right, if your grammar is wrong, let's say you write past tense, present tense, you never write plural, we will not minus your mark. But of course, the definition won't also. Won't. So, but of course, when you change the grammar, right, provided the mark swap cannot change lah. Okay, provided the mark swap cannot change. Okay, next. Okay, come on, guys. So this compare can do or not? This compare 3 marks easy or not? Easy, Then what about relate? Okay, guys, I realized that when the force increases, the time taken becomes shorter. When my force increases, the times become shorter, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to write here is I write this. Okay, guys, don't copy first. Don't copy first. I write this. So I will write the forces is inversely proportional to the time taken. Guys, is this acceptable? Because I realize when the force increases, the time decreases, right? So they terbalik, right? I write inversely proportional. Is it acceptable? So the answer is not English, is wrong. This is wrong, wrong, salah. Okay, why? Because there is no graph. You don't even know the shape, whether is it curve lah, straight line lah, how. So don't. When the whole picture has no graph, don't ever write inversely proportional lah, directly proportional lah, or the what increasing. No. We will state the relationship that we see, which is when this increases, that decreases. 就是这样子吧。So we can say, as the force applied on the car increases, then you just have to say the time taken decreases. That's it. 足够。So the answer that we will write is the increases, the decreases. That's it. Or you can say the higher the force applied, the shorter the time taken. Also okay lah, but I prefer increase decrease lah. Okay ah. And then last but not least, we still have one more. So relate sekali lagi the force and the acceleration. So when your force increases, your acceleration increases, right? So then your answer will be as force applied increases. Therefore, the acceleration of the car increases. So therefore, guys, you get total of 5 marks. Everything here, you get 5 marks. Guys, is this easy? Can you do this? Can you ace this for me? Can you ace this for me, please? Okay, can? Try ah. You say try must try one ah. Okay ah. Okay, so come on guys, let's continue. Okay, so now we are officially done with this compare already. Okay, we are done with this compare already. So we already talked about definition. Oh wait, let you screenshot. Okay, wait, hang on ah. Hey guys, is my words tolerable or is it like very ugly to the point it is unbearable? Can my words? Can read sudah? Okay lah. Yeah, they say smart people, right? The words a bit ugly one, so no choice lah. No choice lah. They say smart people are their handwriting sure ugly one, like doctor like that. No choice guys. I'm so sorry lah. Okay, can now. Megan sure roll her eyes on. Megan will be like, okay, now we are finally done with the essay part. Okay. So because you always judge me lah, the okay, wait, where's my table just now? Okay, here. So already done with this thing, already done the definition. Okay. So guys, I think we only have one last mission to do. Okay. Now after we finish this design modify, okay, I will share with you what are the things that you have to study by yourself. Okay, I will list down certain things that you have to study by yourself, and I'll tell you some common mistakes lah. Okay, so after we do this design and modify, okay, which design modify should we do? Let's look at page. Let's look at page 15. High jump event whereby you have totally everything by yourself. You have to design this by yourself. Okay. So guys, if you look at this one, is this a bahagian B or bahagian C? So you look at it. Do you have PQRS to choose from? Don't have, right? So you don't have like pilihan, right? You have to write your own points, right? So this is our bahagian C. Okay. Now, what is wrong with bahagian C? A lot of people, right, will be very afraid, very scared, don't know what to write, don't know what to see, explain. So do you still draw a table? Yes. But since this is 10 marks, how many points do you have to write? You have to write 5 EC to get 10 marks. There's no choice here, so you don't have to tell me at the end which one you choose. Okay, so now, okay, let's look at this one. So this is characteristics. This is going to be my explanation. Okay, so we have characteristics and explanation. Okay, first one, guys. Here we got size, thickness, material, elasticity, and attire. So I've got 5 EC. So now, can you tell me what about the size of the mattress? What about the size of the mattress? So now you go for lompat tinggi. So when you lompat tinggi, your size macam mana? Okay, guys. So the size is obviously has to be bigger or larger or whatever, right? Thickness, then it will be thick. It's two different point. Big is thick is two different thing. Don't mix up. Okay. So now let's talk about the big and the thick first. Hey, is Chin here? Wait, let me see. Is Irvin here? Oh, okay, go. Okay. Yeah. Lucky him. Okay. Now, so okay, guys, let's write this out. Okay. So what we want here is that we want a bigger size of mattress. Okay. You technically want a bigger size of mattress. Then after that, here you also want thicker mattress. Okay. Now, guys, what is the explanation? What is the explanation? Okay, the experience that I have with a lot of students, right, when they write all this explanation, they will write something like, so that won't get injured. Won't get injured. Then after that, they'll just say, so why do you want a thicker mattress? So that you won't get injured. Okay, let me explain again why this answer is not acceptable. Because we cannot write the worst case. Why do you need to wear seat belts so you won't die? Cannot, tak boleh, guys. We ban the answer. Okay, we want our answer to be as, how to say, as physics related as possible. Okay, so guys, now when you have thicker mattress, so when the person land on it, this tilam will kemek, correct? It will kemek, it will go in, right? So that process actually increases the time or reduces the time. It increases the time of impact, right? Because why? This is going to be related to our watermelon punya example just now, which is mv minus mu. So I will increase the time of impact so that I can reduce the impulsive force acting on the person so the person won't get injured. Right. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so we will say that this is to increase the time of impact of the athlete when landing. Okay. So for me, I prefer to elaborate what type of impact. So is it the when he lands, or is it when he runs, or when he jumps, or what? So to increase the time of impact of the athlete when landing. So therefore, the aim here is to reduce the impulsive force. So therefore, he won't be injured. Okay. So like Oliver, if you look at this question, right, you realize that teacher, if now you're the teacher, I ask you, hey teacher, should I write increased time of impact or should I write reduced impulsive force? What will you say? Yeah lor. Yeah lor. So you have to write both because somehow they are kind of related. Why do you want to have high velocity? Because you want to have high momentum. Aren't they related as well? Okay. Can yeah. So therefore, make sure you know about that. Okay. Then after that, finally, we go back to this one. So kalau guys, if thicker mattress is to reduce the impulsive force, right? Then why is it that when you go for a high jump event, why would you want the mattress to be big? Why you want the mattress to be as large as possible, XL? What is your concern here, Yen? Yeah, just in case, right? Okay. Imagine if this is you, right? and suddenly you have like freaking Mission Impossible. You have to jump, but you can only land on a single bed like that. Okay. And you guess what happened that day, right? The case mati meningkat because everybody jump and land on the other side. Okay, can, all right, yeah. So gone. You gone. Okay, so therefore bigger size is always easier to write. Oops. Bigger size is always easier to write so that you have sort of like a larger surface area. Okay, so technically that's like physics. Yeah. And then after that, so that to avoid, or you can say basically to, oops, to prevent the athlete from falling to the ground. Or you can say it can prevent it from falling out of the bed to the ground, out of the mattress to the ground. Okay, so guys, you will see, right? All these answers, right? I'm not saying that this question will come out exactly the same, but do you see what I'm doing with everybody here? I want you all to increase your creativity when you do all these answers because guys, I'm quite certain, right? The exam questions that you will be looking at, you will be seeing in your exam paper will definitely be a soalan that you never see before. A very high chance it will be you never see before. So you must be prepared. Your hati must be strong enough. Okay, okay. Now then the third one. Okay, so guys, we're done with the size of the mattress. We're done with the thickness. Okay, what about the elasticity of the mattress? So do you want the mattress to be elastic? Okay, so obviously it's high elasticity, right? Okay. So Ziying, why you don't want it to be elastic? So obviously you want high elasticity of mattress. Why you don't want your mattress to be high elastic? Later bounce out of it. So Megan will be like, "Pong," then die. Pong, then bounce off, and then die. You make the thing bigger lah, adoy. Okay? Bro, you need this is lompat tinggi, you know. Not jump off a cliff, you know. More elastic mattress. High elasticity, more elastic. Can can. Ryan can. Okay. Okay. Okay, so why do you want high elasticity? Okay, technically you have two answers to choose from. Okay, two different way to explain it. Okay, let me show you a different perspective first. Okay, guys, what's the meaning of elastic? What is the definition of elastic? What's the meaning of elastic? It can boing boing. It can. Okay, I like this answer. It can return to the shape. It can bounce back. Okay, so for example, guys, imagine if your bed, right, your mattress the tilam that you sleep on so this is your mattress and your mattress is like this one. When you lie on the mattress, after when you wake up, because your mattress is not elastic, right, your mattress will sink in like that. Okay, like your mattress will literally just sink in like that. Would you enjoy this? Would you enjoy this mattress? No, right? Of course, right? So you want your mattress to be able to like cushion you, right? So therefore, elasticity you can say so that the mattress can return to its original shape, original shape after the it bounce. So you want it to like then it will bounce back. Okay, can, all right. Now, but if you don't want to do this, you can also write back the same thing. Elasticity means that it will be bouncy, right? Correct. So it will be, you can also write back the same answer, whereby you just say to increase the time of impact to reduce the impulsive force. Pun boleh. Pun boleh. Okay. Are we allowed to write same answer? The answer is yes. Okay, so can lah. But okay, so Sherry's, yo, why you always ask me so complicated punya question? Okay, Zixing, if your answer is correct, can I write the same explanation? So let me show you. Okay, see. If you look at this schema jawaban, okay, this is Selangor. Guys, I know you're not Selangor. Okay, you see, why do you want let's say carbon fiber? Higher acceleration. Why do you want low density? Higher acceleration. Why do you want aerodynamic? Because high acceleration. Why do you want fit pakaian? Higher acceleration. So guys, this is schema jawaban. I didn't create this thing, you know. So can or not? Can repeat the answer or not? Can you repeat the answer or not? High acceleration. So the answer. But cannot lah. Not every time is high acceleration one. Hello. This one, if I ask you why you want mattress high acceleration, whack your head. Depends on the question. Ying Kai. Okay, okay, can. If it is correct. If it is correct. Okay, later I show you a wrong demo. Okay. Now, guys, okay, now we go to the material of the bar. Okay, so you will see this palang, right? This tiang, right? Okay, now I'm going to ask a question again. Guys, is strong the same meaning as hard? Yes or no? Is strong the same meaning as hard? Okay, now, guys, ice. You know ice? Like, 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 air batu ice. Is ice hard? Obviously, right? If I take a ice and I throw on your head, probably your head will blue black. Okay. But is a ice strong? No, right? You literally, if you do this kind of things, right, you can actually bite a piece of ice, right? It will get crushed, right? You can have ice blended, right? So ice is hard but not strong. So guys, something that's hard doesn't mean that it is always strong. So you must be able to separate them. Okay, can okay, then next. Okay, then the second question. Will density affect the strong or weak? Yes or no? If I say something have high density, does it mean that it's strong? If something that's low density, does it mean that it's weak? Will density affect the strength of the thing? Okay, guys, I tell you, who will say yes? People who say yes, right, are people who always mentally translate into Mandarin punya people. The answer is no. No. Density is also not related to strong or weak. So hard is just hard. Strong is just strong. Density is density. Technically, the three of them not related at all. Yeah. So technically, if you don't know Mandarin, if you don't know Chinese, it's actually a good thing for physics. It's actually a good thing for physics. All right, Ken. Yeah. Yeah. So good in banana, right? So okay, now, so that's why if you learn Mandarin, right, you learn physics, a bit rugi one. A lot of things you will get it wrong. So guys, what about the material of the bar? So this bar, what am I afraid the most? Can you imagine if now you fall on the floor, then this palang drop and hit you, and then it hit your head? What will happen to you? So you will mati, right? Correct. So yeah, bang, then you faint, bro. Okay, so therefore we want it to be lighter. Okay. So yeah, like guys, if you jump across this, right, and then the bar hit your head, right, you will end up like one of my student called Liu Yan. You got a bit of like brain damage, a bit lah. But I pity him lah actually. Okay. Now, so we will say that the material of the bar must be low density. Okay. The material of the bar must be low density. So if it is low density, so that it will have lower mass, so therefore it is lighter. Okay, I'm afraid that it will come crashing down and break my bones. Okay, okay. Okay, then next, come on, let's continue to the next part. So the last one will be the attire. Okay, guys, so attire macam mana? Okay, so anybody who runs will know that you have to wear what? Tight attire. So therefore, tight attire. Guys, don't go and write. I see some students write like what you know. Must wear sports attire. No lah. He wear the suit. Of course, must be tight attire lah. I mean, you have to describe the attire. So you have to say tight attire to reduce air resistance, to increase its acceleration, so that you'll be able to like, yeah, to increase its acceleration. So like that, okay, guys. So how many EC do we have here? How many EC do we have here? 5. How many explanation do we have here? 5. So we have total 10 marks. So this is 10 marks. Okay now. Yin Kai, like I said, sometimes very hard to see your 老师 one word. So if in the exam, Yin Kai, you cannot think of it, then you write one, no. But if you can think of more points, then you write low. Right? If you cannot, if you cannot think of it, then too bad, oh. But if you can think of it, then you write. Okay, can yeah. So therefore, 10 marks. Yes, correct. Okay. So guys, is this bahagian C question difficult? This one don't have conclusion on, guys, because this one you don't have choice. So there's no conclusion here. There is no upper won't wrong cancel out, right? Okay, Darlene. Okay, about this wrong cancel out thing, right, guys? Okay, could people say, teacher, if I write a wrong point, what will happen? Okay, remember, do not write contradicting points. Do you know what is contradicting points? Do not write contradicting points. Do you know what is contradicting points? Don't write contradict answer. Meaning to say, some people will say, okay, because they say, hey, Jung Hao say must write more. So you know what they go and write? Bigger size of mattress because better. But you must also use smaller mattress. So when you have two answers that fight each other, your teacher will straight away mark 0. You faham what I mean, right? So don't write contradict answer. Don't write overlap answer. Then okay. Sometimes our students are very susah one. They write everything they think of, whatever they think, they just write in it. Yeah. Aduh. Okay, Ken. All right. Okay, so therefore, we are also done with this design and modify already. Okay, guys. Now, let's look at our watch. What time is it now? It's 3:54. Okay, guys, I'll just extend the class by like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not going to extend it very long also. Because now I'm going to talk about what I think you should study, what I think you should prepare, what I think you should do to score your midterm exam. Okay, so guys, everybody, you want to copy this thing, you can copy, but make sure you correct your ears and listen properly. Okay, usually for midterm, right, the most common problem with people is they don't know how to check SI unit. They don't know how to see unit. So when we talk about SI unit, it is these two things always killing all the students one. Always is this thing. Guys, what is the unit for mass? Okay. So remember, don't have other answer. Only satu jawapan. Satu jawapan sahaja. It is kg. No other answer acceptable. Then what about weight punya unit? Okay, so therefore this is Newton. Okay, quiz time, guys. Is weight a type of force? The unit for weight is Newton. Is weight a type of force? Yeah. So weight is also a family of force. Okay, and then remember that your 1 kg is 9.81 Newton. So ini adalah paling penting punya. Okay. Now, what other things should you study for your exams? Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, Oliver got a question. Let's just ask. Wait for Oliver. Hi, Oliver. Oh, displacement is the distance between point vector. Your textbook gone. Your textbook gone. Okay. Now, Limpong, I don't know. I don't have the soalan module. Okay, can. Now, but anyways, let's come back to here. Okay. So if you ask me what are the usual common topic that I wanted to do, but today I tak sempat to do, are things like number one. Okay, water rocket is a very common topic. And please, you can find this in my Form 4 2025 punya seminar. You can find this there. Okay, because there's going to be things that they'll ask you. So the water need to put how much? The angle is how much? Okay, like for example, I show you tunjuk like they ask you. So the volume of water is how much? Is 1/3. The angle is how much? 45 degrees. The shape is what? Who say angle is 90 degree? Did I say 90 degree? Not 45, mate. We don't siap 45, right? 45, right? Okay. Okay, yeah. So therefore, yeah, so this kind of stuff. Additional structures are like what? So you have to add fins to it and everything. So water rocket, walaupun today I don't do, but I think it's quite a hot topic also. It's a common exam topic. Okay. So therefore, this is something that you must rewatch. Okay, next. Now, recently, when they ask inertia, they will go and ask stuff which is related to maybe like car, lorry, train, and everything. So you can find car, lorry, and train in this book. In this book, you have the car soalan, you have the lorry soalan, you also have the train soalan. So make sure you do this book. Like finish this book, do this book, and then yes, the answers will be posted in the Google Classroom. Okay. If you want the answers, maybe I will post it into my group later. So guys, yeah, okay, can I also post it into the link that you all see lah. Okay. And then after that, you must make sure that you go and study safety features. Okay. Now, why is safety features very important? Okay. In Malaysia, right, every single week, almost every day, you will hear some news, okay, about some like someone kena road accident, someone die, someone kena langgar, everything, correct? Yeah. Okay, VB, you do you know that this is inside the it's already there. Okay. And maybe I'm gonna guess today also you didn't copy one. Okay. Yeah. But I appreciate that you put effort to attend. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now I'm not greedy. At least you put 50% effort. I also glad already. I'm also happy enough already. Okay. Yeah, so guys, the safety features, right, are going to be things like, for example, a few things are that people when I say safety, right, everybody will think of seat belt, all the common ones. But I don't want you to learn the common one. I want you to go and learn things like how do you explain how a headrest works? How does a anti-lock brake system works? So you need to go and learn those which are the non-common punya. Aya, I tell you lah, seatbelt, all this they won't ask one lah. Too easy, too common. You ask anybody also know what seatbelt is, right? But why you deserve to get A? Because you can learn extra stuff. So therefore, yang ini pun you kena tahu lah. Okay, yang all this stuff you pun you kena tahu. Crumple zone, I think is also considered common. Okay, Ken, all right. So these are the things that you have to study. You have to study. Yes, okay. Now, last part for today. Okay, last part for today. Guys, can I steal 10 minutes of your time to teach something that if you have this book, page 33, you will have it. Some of you, if you never get the book from the hard copy, okay, you will get only page 25. So guys, got how to say, got extended version one. So guys, if you want this extended version, you go request the hard copy, they will send it to your house. Okay, can if you want the extended version. Okay, okay, come on guys. Okay, I want you to do the acceleration of the trolley. Okay, now usually for ticker tape calculation, they will ask 4 common calculation: U, V, acceleration, and there's this thing called average velocity. So you need to be able to know how to do the initial, the final, the acceleration, and the average velocity. Very, very, very important. Okay. So now I'm going to demo one time. How do we usually calculate acceleration for ticker tape? So how do we usually calculate this thing is, okay. So when we calculate acceleration, because for graph punya got some like, weird stuff going on. So your acceleration is going to be V minus U divided by time. So you need to calculate what is your initial velocity, what is your final velocity first. Once you have your initial and your final velocity, then only you start to calculate it. How do you calculate final velocity? Okay, final velocity is displacement over time. So this is going to be 15 cm divided by, okay, guys, how many dots do I see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the intervals is actually only 5. So I will take 5 multiplied by 0.02 to give me 150 cm per second. Okay, what about my initial velocity? So my initial velocity will be equals to 5 cm. Then we will take 5 multiplied by 0.02 to give me 50 cm per second. Okay, the problem here is how do you find the acceleration punya? So if you take 150 minus 50, how do you calculate this time taken? So does anybody want to answer this last question for today? Irene. Okay, Shan Yue is the only one person that answer correctly. Okay, because a bit confusing. Okay, so some people will do the -1 method. Some people will do the jump method. Okay, for me, since today is my class, so you follow my rules, my way. When you go initial to final, especially all this bar, we will first calculate the number of jumps. So you from the first one you jump 4. So you will calculate the 4. This is the jumps. Okay. But then what is your total? Okay, then you see, you have to multiply by the total, the jumlah of each. So this is the total of each bar, which is equivalent to 5 times 0.02. farm. So you see, no, the thing is not as simple as you think, you know. It's not as straightforward. What do you mean by total? Okay. So you see, I have a bar here. So this bar is 5 times 0.02. And I'm jumping across the bar 4 times. So therefore, 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 0.02. Okay. So whatever this answer comes out to be, guys. Okay, let me. Hey, can I trust your answer? Okay, what do you all get first? You all tell me, guys. What do you get? You tell me. The hidden reason why I want you to do this is because I want to check, do you even know how to tekan calculator? So guys, everybody, as a last part for today, please tell me what is your answer. Joel, wrong already. CL, wrong already. For this one, you can leave it as CM. Okay, so let me tell you my final answer. Okay, my final answer is 250. Okay, some people will get this answer. Wait, let me check first. Some people will get 2.5. Okay, that's because you press wrongly. Remember, guys, if you press into your calculator, you have to press bracket 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 0.02. So this is how you need to tekan your calculator. Okay, when you divide, you must bracket the front and bracket the back. So therefore, this is 250 cms. Okay, so therefore, this is baru the correct answer. Make sure you bracket the front and you bracket the back. Okay, so can or cannot? Boleh atau tak boleh? Unless you have the pay to win calculator. Wait, wait, let me count again. 250啦。喂，Braden，你不要玩我，0 250啦。Okay, never mind. You take picture of this. I take my phone, take picture first. Braden, if 这个this coming Tuesday you tekan wrongly I will whack you okay? Okay, see this Tuesday you press and show me. Okay, Ken. All right. So guys, I don't want to drag this class too long Okay. So what do you guys think about today's class? So yeah. Okay. So if you guys are already here and you enjoyed this class, can you please drop me a follow at my Insta? I hope that I can make more content. Probably sharing more essay sharing more stuff on my So therefore, hopefully you can follow me. All right. So therefore on Insta, I will try to share more essay question if I can. So if you guys got no problem, okay. Anybody got any other questions? So if got no question, we will sampai sini sahaja. I'll see you guys again. So thank you everybody. Bye bye. Page 16. Page 16 want to screenshot. Here? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Welcome everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. 林峰 can 可以 can bye bye K 家 bye bye. Bye everyone. Bye Arif. Yes. Ryan, you mean paper 3, right? If Amali, then yes. Actually, Ryan, is like this one. Teacher always like this one. Okay, if you write the title, they don't give you marks. But if you don't write the title, they will minus your mark. So it is a co-fun style, like a minus, like penalize you punya style. Yeah. So you need to do that. In fact, I tell you, Ryan, one more thing a lot of people forget. You know this graph? If you don't write this 0, they minus your mark also. Very, 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 very petty one. Yeah. So, okay. So, but if you don't write the 0, sometimes they minus your mark. But if you write, you cannot say, teacher, I got write, so I get one more mark. Tak ada macam ini. Okay? So, okay, bye-bye.